Hello everybody, Iain Robson here for an episode of Missouri. Alright, we got a couple things going on today. If you recall from the previous episode, we were trying out the Vermeer rake, and we used it to rake up a little bit of the grass that we mowed down. Here it is. It worked alright. It looks really, I really like the way it looks and how you kind of set it up. I just don't like the way it works per se. I discovered that it seems like 15 kilometers an hour is a decent speed for this. It seems, at least. This one still works better, the Crone Squadro from NA Modding. But I'm not sure what I would need to adjust to make this to work better. But I would definitely adjust this to work better because it's a cool looking rake. That is too, but you tend to see more of this style. Well, I tend to see both styles actually here in North America, but just depends on where you are. Anyhow. Alright, so I got the baler over here already, and I managed to get one bale. And so we're going to go ahead and continue on baling here. Let's sit up a little bit in our seat. There we go. So we're going to do a little bit of baling because we do need a little bit of extra bales for our cows. They are lacking in the bale territory. So we're going to give them a little bit of extra bales and hopefully they'll stay productive, because right now they are productive, but I guess is how I would word it. Of course, right in the corner. Anyhow. I had an interesting conversation with my brother-in-law the other day about triticale, which is it's like a wheat rye hybrid, as far as I know. And the interesting part about it is, like, it's similar to our hard red winter wheat in the sense that you plant it in the fall, like right now, and you let it germinate over the winter. And so here's an example where that rake didn't do so well. It might have just been the spacing, but anyways. You let it germinate over the winter, and then I think that's what the right word would be in that context. Anyways, so it's very similar to hard red winter wheat, and the interesting part about it right now is that you can actually get hard red winter wheat prices for it, even though it's not hard red winter wheat, which is kind of interesting actually. So you can make a good amount of money from it. And the yield, or potential yield, I should say, is quite a lot, actually. So you can make a good amount of money from it. However, because it's a wheat-rye hybrid, has certain requirements, as do all things, basically. But his soil at his farm is a nice. It's a bit higher ground, so it's not as wet. So he should be able to grow some wheat, or wheat varieties, I guess I'll call that, relatively well there. But I don't know. In the end, he decided against it, but it's an interesting thought pattern because I don't know much about triticale. I have heard it mentioned before, but I don't know much about it. So it was interesting to hear what his thoughts were on the topic itself, because it is something that that if you don't know much about, it's kind of interesting. So, all right, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look up the prices, but as far as I know, he said the prices were fairly similar to hard red winter wheat. So, and with the yield potentially greater than winter wheat, that's pretty awesome from a farmer's perspective. Although it's from what I would gather, what they were talking about, or what he was talking about, I should say, you would need to do a 2 treatment program for fungicides. So you need to spray. I guess it'd be a fungicide. What am I? There's a word for it, and I can't think what it is off the top of my head. But yeah, you would need to do a 2-stage program. So do it like once in like stage 1 or something like that, and another one later on, because I guess it's susceptible to fungus or mold essentially. So I don't know. I'm not sure what the return on investment would be, but because you have, I don't know, in all things in life you have to consider everything. So in this scenario you have to consider how much it costs to get the 2 treatments done, how much for the seed, how much yield do you get, the price you get. The one interesting factor was if he were to sell it, he was saying that it would have to be for seed. So usually when you sell something for a seed, like triticale seed, for example, or wheat seed or soybean seed, the restrictions are greater than that of other things, basically, because it is getting sold for seed. So I know there's a couple farmers out there that do it. I know one of the guys I follow, I've mentioned him before, Brian Scott. He does soybeans for seeds. He grows them, at least. And because he grows the seeds, he makes a decent profit from it. But it is, you do have to, you have to conform to certain things, basically. So I don't know. That's about as far as I know about triticale and raising any kind of crop for seed purposes. If you guys know anything about that, let me know in the comments. I'd be kind of curious. I know a few of you guys are farmers out there, so if you have raised or grown a crop for seed, let me know. What was your experience? I'm curious. I'm always interested to hear what the real farming side of things is. Because in this game, it gives you a perspective, but not necessarily the full perspective. Because there are lots of crops in this game, but there aren't necessarily, it's not the be-all and end-all. So, alright, speaking of crops, actually, let me just hop over to this guy. I have this guy set up already. He has just the cedar side on him. It's because I was looking at what we can seed over here. And I was thinking about seeding rye, just because rye would be a good choice. Because that's, I don't know, I think it was Greg said I should do all of the crops. I have planted rye before, so maybe I won't plant rye. I've planted most of them, actually. Let's see, what do we have? Millet. Rye I've planted on the newbie farm before. Soybeans definitely done. Sweet corn I've never done. Cotton, never done. I've done sorghum before. I've done sunflowers. Peanuts, I don't think I've ever done peanuts before either. Black eye peas. Let's just check to see what some of these prices are, because that'll probably dictate. Canola, green wheat. Really, green wheat's that high? That's really surprising, actually. I don't know which one's green wheat, unfortunately, though. Is that green wheat? That's alfalfa. No, that's alfalfa. I don't know. Maybe that's green wheat? I don't know. So this is the problem. It's like you have these options, and it's like, which option's which? That's rye, that's oats, soybeans, sweet corn, cotton, obviously, sorghum, sunflowers, peanuts, black-eyed peas. This, I don't know what this is. It might actually be green wheat. I have plenty of green wheat before, though. That, I'm not sure what that is. I think those are the 2 cover crops. That, I don't know what that is either. Red beets, that I have no idea. And sweet potatoes. And dinkel. Maybe dinkel is triticale, I don't know. That would be interesting. Millet. Millet's worth a lot, too. Sure, let's plant millet. Alright, let's see here. Let me just fold this guy up here. I just came out here and dropped the back half because it doesn't like playing well together, basically. Let's go this way then. Or is that our farm? Yes, that is good. So actually I bought this second field here because they're actually, there's no division. It's actually just one big field, so I had to rebuy it after selling it off the first time, so that was a bit annoying. But it did get the job done. So what I'm going to do is going to connect the back half to this. The soil mod does make this a bit more annoying because fertilizing it is not really helpful at all. So, well, not at this stage. It is later on, of course, but at this stage you're, better off just to seed it. And unfortunately, this is the cedar section of it, which looks ridiculous. Anyways, Let's grab the other section here. So for realism purposes, I'm grabbing the other section just for you guys, because you can definitely seed with just this, which it looks silly, and that's the reason why I'm not doing it as well, but you can definitely seed without the rest of it. I believe that 51, let's see here. Yes, I did create a course already for this, so let's go ahead and line that up. We'll set up the first waypoint, fertilizing and seeding, and what I'll do is I'll grab this guy right here, and we'll plant millet, and it seems to have a good price, so hopefully things don't screw up. Because sometimes when you plant a crop that isn't supposed to be on the map, you can run into problems. I've discovered in the past, at least. I don't think it says anything about millet, does it? Sweet corn, cotton, sorghum, black-eyed peas, alfalfa, rice, clover, Sudan grass, green wheat, millet is fertilizer A. Okay, we'll just leave it on that then. I'll let that guy fill up because that's going to take a little bit of time, and then I'll continue on my way here for the time being. And I'll leave the hut open because I need to see when he's done. Which way was I going? That way. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. It amazes me how many options there are in real life, inverse to this game. Like, you know, even on this map, which is a multi-fruit map, it gives you a variety of options. But the if you compare this game to real life, the options are a lot greater in real life, obviously. But you know, that doesn't surprise me, because if the game had to support everything, it wouldn't necessarily be very good. Let's say that. Alright. Let's continue on here. Oops, better close the back first. There we go. I managed to get the rest of this machine through the washer. In the end, it was because the front weight is washable, so the car wash activated when the front weight got in. That's what happened. So now I washed the rest, but now the funny thing is the dual tires, they don't, I don't know why, but they don't wash, whereas all the other tires do. So also, if you can hear a chainsaw in the background, that is they are using a chainsaw outside. That's why it sounds like there might be a chainsaw in the background. I can tell you the story behind that. So in my area, my apartment building, they changed the markers that indicate where your parking spot was. They used to be concrete pillars, essentially, and they changed it to, I think it's like 10 by 10 pieces of wood, essentially. And what they're doing now is, I don't know why they did it at this time. The pieces of wood are already in the ground, and they're just cutting like an angle so you can put like the number right there. So it seems a bit after the fact. I don't know why they didn't do it when they were cutting them up in pieces in the first place, but I'm not them, so what the heck do I know? There we go. So yeah, I don't know. They're cutting like the tops to make it into like a 45-degree angle so you can put the number there. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me. But that's the way it is. So yeah, so if you're wondering what that sound is, that's what it is. All sorts of fun stuff happens around my house. You get police cars going by often. You get chainsaws. Actually, sometimes it's not necessarily a chainsaw all the time you hear in the background. What you might hear sometimes is something like a lawnmower. I hear sometimes too. So sometimes when I'm like, yeah, let's record a video, and then it's like, nope, can't record a video. They're doing something outside, or else all you'd hear in the whole video is like the chainsaw or the lawnmower. I try and avoid recording at the same time, but sometimes I start recording and everything's fine, and then in the middle of recording, for example, right now, they decide to continue their work. And I can't slide them for that. They're just doing their job. It's just comical that I can pick it up on my microphone. Oh man, which actually led me to think about potentially get another microphone, one that doesn't pick up everything, but it's a possibility. All right, beautiful. Look at that. Also, for those people who watch Direwolf, his 1.7 pack is coming out soon, which is pretty exciting as well. Should be within the next couple of weeks. Actually, it'll be pretty close to the release of 2015, FS 2015, which is going to be pretty awesome. Actually, it'll be like maybe it'll be within a week of each other. So for those people who watch Farming Sim, those people who play Farming Simulator and those people who play the Direwolf pack in Minecraft or watch Direwolf, for example, it'll probably be close to the same time because he's going to be starting, I suspect, this week or next week, or according to the beta testers. That's what I've heard, at least. I've been watching a little bit of Wilds on Twitch, I think his name is. He's from Australia, and he's been testing out the Direwolf pack, and it's been interesting to see what he's encountered with it so far. So, here we go. Nice. Alright, let's go check on that case. Yes, of course he's full now. Good. Alright, let's get this guy set up. Oh, it's going through the wall. Stop, 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 stop. There we go. Let's get this guy set up. He should be good to go. So we're going to plant millet. Ugh, stupid thing. Someone actually pointed out a mod to make this not happen. That apparently worked to avoid this situation where it gets locked in the collision right around here. But I have not downloaded it as of yet, for whatever reason. Alright, so let's get this guy started on millet, which is something I don't remember growing at all. I probably did it on the newbie farm, to be honest with you. I've planted most multi-fruits on the newbie farm when I first started playing FS, well, recording I should say, FS 2013. And actually, I believe Frito-Lay's, another guy who does YouTube videos, he has been playing on the newbie farm actually, which has been pretty cool. Haven't got around to checking out all of his videos yet. He records big, long sessions. I think he does live streaming, actually. So because of that, I haven't sat down and watched an hour-long session yet. I'm sure I'll get around to it eventually. Alright, so let's get this guy started. He should be able to line up with that first point there, I would think. Yes, good. So we're going to plant millet here, and that should be interesting to see what that actually looks like. So there is cotton available too, so I could plant cotton. I don't know of any cotton pickers off the top of my head. I don't own this field. What? I'm pretty sure I do. Alright. So it doesn't think I own 51. So I bet you it's conflicting with 56. I forget who more than one person mentioned this. They're like, Ian, don't sell the fields. You'll run into issues of ownership. And alas, here we are, dealing with an ownership issue. I bet you what's happened is this field 56 it probably thinks that I don't own this, so because of that I don't own this up here, because you can see right here, this is where it kind of stopped and said, hey, you don't own this field right here. So I'm guessing it has something to do with 56, which I'm sure I can't buy now. Let's just check out 56. Yeah, can't buy that. That is rather annoying. So I guess we're not planting millet at the moment. What I'll do is I'll just purchase the field off camera. I'll purchase the field off camera, and then we'll have to worry about this issue. Oh, oops, I don't want to hire a worker. I want to just turn this guy off. Alright, well, he's ready to go at the very least, so we'll just leave him there for now. But that is rather annoying. Actually, no, we should do is check on this guy. He's still unloading the combine. The combine is almost done this field. And if you're curious how much we've gotten... where is it? We have 1.1 million liters of oats. And that's after selling a few loads, because there's actually oats was on great demand. And I sold a little bit, so just to give you an idea of how much we got from this one field. I don't know why we got so much, but we got a lot, so oh well. Anyways, let's continue on here. We only got a few more passes. What I'll do is I'll finish up baling the rest of this, and I think we'll call it an episode. Drive straight. Alright. Oops, I totally missed that. Let's just see if we can't back up here and pick that up. Perfect. Or not. Could you imagine if you actually did that in real life? Oh my goodness. I'm sure the person who owned the baler would not be pleased, because I basically just backed into the baler and I would have crushed the pickup pretty hard. Pretty badly, I think. Alright. 90, 100. Actually, a cool little story. One lonely farmer is actually on his baler. He changed... just wait for this to close. If you see these little... See I have those little yellow things right there? On his New Holland baler, he actually changed them from metal to plastic. Which is an interesting change. And it's to try, I believe, if memory serves at least, to try and take the tension off the... I can't open this actually. Is it this side? No, it's the other side. It's actually to take the tension off. Maybe it's this side that we can see stuff. Yeah. So so this is a chain right here that goes around. And the pickups were pretty... Oh, they actually turn too. That's cool. Pickups right here, the yellow things. Not necessarily the actual tines themselves, but it's like the C-shaped metal part that was creating a little bit of pressure on the chain, which I believe was stretching it. So he thought maybe if you changed it to plastic, he wouldn't have the problem. That was the thought pattern, at least. Makes sense. Alright. Alright, let's finish off the rest of this field here. We're almost done. Not too much more. We got 3 passes left, if I don't miss it all. Actually, we're getting quite a few bales off this. A lot more than I thought, actually. I don't know, is it delete or R? R. Oh, we got 17 bales so far. That's pretty good, so... 17 bales will keep our cows going for a short while, at least. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's interesting. Huh. Check this out. I had no idea you could do that. And Z will bring us back to the 0 point. Yeah, so you can actually move forward in your seat or move back in your seat. So if you want to look straight down, you can actually do that. Huh, I never noticed that. For those people who are wondering, that is the asterisk key on your numpad and the / key, I believe it is. That's kind of cool. And Z, so if I want to move back like this and I want to return to the normal position, press Z, like in zebra or zebra, depending who you're talking to. Huh. Lots of little things on this tractor. Gotta love AGO or AGO, however you want to say it, for adding all the little features on these things. That's what makes them really cool to drive, although they are tippy, which bothers me, but can't win them all. There we go. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3, 2 passes left. Excellent. And we'll probably have around 20 bales or so. 20 bales at 6 foot, or 6 foot bales is actually quite a bit. Quite a bit of material. And I imagine if that rake had picked up everything, we probably would have got a bit more. Not a crazy amount more, but a bit more. That would have really gone over well, actually. But alas, the rake did not work as well as I would have liked. Alright, let's let that one out there. Yeah, the rake didn't work as well as I would have liked, so if it had worked better, then That would have been just dandy. But, oh well. Can't win them all. Alright, second last pass here, and then we'll call it an episode, I believe. Alright, so is there anything else you guys would like me to check out? Any other of the mods I may have already? And honestly, there aren't many mods coming out these days, just due to the fact that Farming Simulator 15 is coming out fairly soon, so there may be mods coming out still, but not necessarily good mods, I guess. It's kind of what I've discovered. There are some mods, like some ones that have been ported over from 2011, and some other ones, but nothing mind-blowing. Because no serious modder is going to put a lot of effort, I don't think at least, put a lot of effort into a brand new mod for a game that's going to be obsolete in like 20 days. Unless, of course, they've been working on something for a long time and just want to release it, which is possible too, right? Alright, I'm gonna 80. Are we gonna get a full bale out of this? Almost. We should be able to do. Yes, perfect. Look at that. Nice. Beautiful. Alright. Let's call it there for the time being, folks. So my name is Iain Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2013, coming at you from Missouri. Catch you guys later.